Welcome to Sunnyside Certified. This is Tiger, and we're chugging along on this rebuild. So what I'm trying to do is there's a sharp edge right down in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's part of the casting of the transmission, and the oil line for the drain line kind of runs through there. So I'm gonna file that down and make sure it doesn't kind of start digging into it. It's kind of a place where you don't really notice it. So just trying to do some preventative action here. And so we're gonna put on the downpipe, which is 4 bolts in the back. Got the V-band for the wastegate. Got the V-band for underneath. Let's see here. So once we get the section from the turbo, we can hook up the rest of the downpipe and then hook up the exhaust. Let's see, I filled up the transmission fluid the other day. No leaks so far. Looking good. So you got the vacuum manifold mounted up. And so far so good. So I'm waiting on the dust cover for the shift fork down there. Then I could put on the slave cylinder, at least hook up this pipe because it has one of the hookups for the sensor for the, I think it's just an intake air temp. I don't know. It may not, I don't think it's necessary to hook up to start it up. But yep, making good progress. Oh, and also I need to install or reinstall the little damper here. Mounts up to the strut tower, hooks up to the passenger mount here. All right, I got the oil feed line on, the oil drain line is on, and my shifter cables was on, but then I needed to reach this last bolt or the last nut on the back side of this turbo for the downpipe. So I had to remove the shifter cables. And haven't done this stuff in a while, and I don't get to wrench on it like I used to, so I forgot some of the steps I have to go through, and I've been taking stuff on and off just to make sure I get the parts in the right way. So it's quite a bit of a process, but I love this sidewinder setup, but it can be a pain in the butt to get all these bolts and stuff. So, but still coming along pretty good. All right, got the downpipe on there. Got it hooked up to the exhaust. It's a HKS Hi-Power. And you can see there's a resonator and a muffler, and it's pretty quiet, and that's the way I like it. It's kind of deep tone to it, but as you can see, everything's pretty tight. I think the sway bar is actually touching. But speaking of sway bar, I have to connect that back up, and yeah, we're making good progress. Probably need to check on that fuel filter. take it apart, see if there's any dirt in it. But yep, I got the shifter cables back on it. Gloves are torn up. All it was is just Carter pins and this little C clip holds it in place. Got the wastegate tightened up. It's looking pretty good. Like I said, I'm mainly waiting on that shift boot so I could put on the slave cylinder. And I think that's pretty close to startup. Let's see. Gotta hook up. I guess I'll do that later. So to get that dust cover, I could install, I forgot how this even goes. Nah, it should be this way. Yeah, so you got that turbo to intercooler, and you got this one from the throttle body. That's where its sensor plugs up. And I want to say this one goes on the bottom hose, and this one goes up top. Something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. Like I said, it's been a while since I really wrench on this thing. And a lot of times I'll try to mark it. So I used to have something written on there. So yeah, I think it says TB on here. So that piping goes to the throttle body. This one's from the turbo. Yeah, so I got the arrow. You can barely see it, but there's an arrow. So this is a vertical flow intercooler. It'll go and flow down, and the cool air will go through to the throttle body. Okay, we have some vacuum lines hooked up for the wastegate and boost controller. Got the sway bar end links back on. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I got the this damper back on. It's more like it keeps it from rocking. I mean, these motor mounts are pretty stiff already, but I had a decent deal on this and decided to pick it up. And then, so I hooked up the battery and just turned it to on real quick, and we got a fuel leak from the right at the regulator. This fitting right here. I'm guessing the seal went bad because there's really nothing else. Everything seems pretty tight. I can't really see it because it's right underneath that upper coolant hose. So there's a 90 from there and to this fuel pressure regulator. And it looks like you're gonna have to fix that. I guess it's better now than driving down the road having a fuel leak. So, gotta see what I could do about this.